Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV, here for another installment of Throwback Thursday. Each week I review an older album. This week I'm reviewing Boxcar Racer's only album, their self-titled album. Boxcar Racer was formed by Tom DeLonge and Travis Barker of Blink-182 as a side project to that band, and went on to pretty much become Angels and Airwaves. Boxcar Racer is pretty much one album that turned into another project, which in 2005 became Angels and Airwaves. Boxcar's sound was a little bit different from that of Blink. Obviously they wanted to create something that wasn't quite the same thing, a different outlet for Tom's creativity basically, and we all know there's a lot of that as many projects as he gets involved with, and I thought it was cool that Mark Hoppus was actually featured on one track on this album called Elevator, and I thought that was cool that they didn't just it wasn't just Travis and Tom saying, hey, we want to go out and do our own thing. They invited Mark to be a part of it as well, and they created some truly great music here, some punk, some pop punk music. They definitely had one punk jam on it, just straight up punk for sure, and it's called My First Punk Song, and that is just a straight up punk jam. It's actually pretty funny, especially the last few lines of that song. I definitely recommend checking that one out. Most of the album is very serious, but this is a more comical song, comic relief to the album. The album kicks off with I Feel So, and this was the first Boxcar Racer song I ever heard. In the past few weeks, me and a couple of my friends have definitely gotten back into this song and have been playing it. It just, you know, Tom's voice, just the way he sings, I feel so mad, feel so angry, and the way he says that each time, definitely it's emotional, but Tom's definitely got his own style of singing that almost sounds a little bit exaggerated at times, like the way he says those lines, and in I Miss You by Blink-182, the way he says, in my head. I like the way a lot of songs on this album have kind of quiet intros, like Letters to God. I Feel So has a piano intro, and they break into these huge, evolving and erupting choruses that just sound epic at times. Sorrow, And I, There Is, I Feel So, those are probably the most well-known songs on the album. Letters to God even got a sequel on an Angels and Airwaves album called Letters to God Part 2, and basically definitely confirms that Angels and Airwaves was a continuation of Boxcar Racer. Honestly, I like the name Boxcar Racer a little bit better than I like Angels and Airwaves, so I wish they had kind of kept the name and maybe just, I know they got a different drummer than Travis, but it would have been cool if they had continued under the Boxcar Racer moniker. Like I said, lyrically, this is different from a Blink-182 album because it's darker, a lot of times much more emotional. I Feel So, There Is, And I, Sorrow, just all very emotionally charged songs. Other favorites other than those four that I just mentioned are Letters to God, My First Punk Song, All Systems Go, and Tiny Voices. Tiny Voices is just loud, noisy, and quite epic, I must say. One of my overall favorites on this record. It makes it, I don't know, a lot more powerful. There's definitely a lot of guitars behind this song, and what I feel like is missing from Angels and Airwaves that is found here on this record is just heaviness at times from guitars and even emotion. Angels and Airwaves tend to get spacey and thoughtful and just start pondering things, but sometimes the epicness is lost. Love Part 1 and I, Empire, as well as We Don't Need to Whisper, all had very strong moments, and I plan on reviewing I, Empire pretty soon. A couple of you guys have requested that, but I don't know, I feel like Angels and Airwaves is still missing a little something that Boxcar Racer definitely had in terms of just pop punkness. I know they didn't exactly want it to be the same thing for Angels and Airwaves, but Boxcar Racer, even though we've only got one album from you, it's a classic. Released 2002, so going on 11 years now. I can't believe it. Can you guys believe it? Leave your thoughts in the comments section down below on Boxcar Racer, your thoughts on this self-titled album from the band. Do you wish they had continued and made more music? The same could be said for Plus 44's When Your Heart Stops Beating. Pretty much Travis is just on board for any project. He's involved in Boxcar Racer and Plus 44, and Plus 44 was Mark Hoppus's side project. And yes, I will review that album at some point in the future by Plus 44. Leave other suggestions for Throwback Thursdays in the comment section down below. Coming up, I already know we have A Beautiful Lie by 30 Seconds to Mars and From Under the Cork Tree by Fall Out Boy. Leave other suggestions in the comments. Like I said, I will see you guys very soon right here on your home for music news and reviews. Make sure you check out the links in the description below. I'm on Facebook and Twitter as well as a couple of other side channels, so all the links are down there. Thanks for watching, guys.